Hi guys, I'm Pascal, a PLDG Core 2 member. I'm an open source contributor who is actively contributing to py-libp2p. I know the question is, why did I choose to contribute to py-libp2p as a PLDG member? So before I answer the question, I need to walk you guys through what py-libp2p is all about and the amazing work we are doing here. So py-libp2p is Python implementation of libp2p, which is a modular P2P networking stack. And so that being said, let's look at the key features of what pylib P2P offers. So the first one is it supports multiple transport mechanism and it enables secure encrypted communication between pairs. It provides services discovery and routing capability and pluggable protocol architecture. So these are the key cool features pylib P2P offers to its users. So that being said, it's a great project. That's why I decided to contribute to it and make it better. And so far, it has been going great. So the first time I got the opportunity to clone the repo and try and work on something on my local machine. I ended up discovering some issues because I'm using a Windows system and pylib P2P was not built to run on a Windows system. So I had the issue to it was hard for me to set it up on my Windows 13 overall. But then I realized that this is going to cause more issues for other developers that are using pylib P2P on Windows machine. So then I decided to find a solution to solve this issue for other developers that might end up having the issue. So I did some research and discovered that there is a package which Pilot P2P was not using that we could implement to make it better and allow developers who are using Windows to run Pilot P2P on their local machine and make contributions to the to this great project. So the package is called Concoif, which it's a great package and it works very well. So that was the first issue I discovered in pylib P2P and I decided to solve it using CoinCorp. So after doing some research and speaking with the maintainers of CoinCorp, and I decided to make the changes on pylib P2P on my local machine. So after making the changes, I created an issue and then created a pull request with the changes I've made and submitted it for maintainers to go through and see if it's actually a good feature to implement to pylib P2P. And that was the first issue I solved in pylib P2P. So after solving that, I decided to go through the repo and test some things out and see how things works. So when I was going through it and a maintainer called Manu from pylib P2P assigned an issue to me to run an interrupt test with pylib P2P and Rust with P2P and see if they are both connecting. So when I tried to do that, I discovered that the connection was not working because um, Rust with P2P uses YAMLs, while pylib P2P uses Mpless, which doesn't work anymore. So that was the second issue I discovered. And then I reported the issue to the maintainer man who assigned the issue to me. And it was like, oh yeah, that's a great discovery. We need to make changes for it and adapt to YAML since Mpless has been depreciated. So we are currently working on implementing YAMLs on pylib P2P. Um, in a few days to come, the implementation will be done and then everything will work just perfect. And the interrupt testing will continue going on and see if we are going to connect to Raspberry P2P and other implementation of lib P2P. So that was the second issue. And the third one was an issue I saw on the GitHub repo of pylib P2P. Um, we stated that we needed to replace async service with another alternative that works better because async service has not been maintained over the 5 past years. So the maintainer wanted us to like look for something better, an alternative, and the one that is currently being maintained by the community. So I asked the maintainer to assign the issue to me, which he did, and then I carried out my research. And after carrying out my research, I discovered that there is an alternative which is better and can work very well. Same way async service works, but has more capability and more speed limit and more storage to work with. So after doing my research, I ran a benchmark to like document my findings. And when I ran the benchmark, I saw that um, annual is better than async service and is currently being maintained. So during our weekly meeting, I presented my benchmark to the community, and we are like, oh, this is very cool. We need to implement a new and like remove async service. So I did that, which is what I worked on a few days ago and just completed it today. And I've submitted a PR for it. I've replaced everything concerning async service with annual. And I think the reviewers are currently reviewing the PR, and soon they'll get back to me to tell me if everything is okay and merge it. So that's basically the works I've done um, on py-libp2p, and I can show you guys how things work using how to run your code. And so guys, if you want to contribute to py-libp2p, the first thing you need to do is to fork the repo and then clone it to your local machine. And after cloning it, just install the dependencies and then run the examples and make sure everything is working perfectly fine on your local machine, because sometimes, like I said before, when I tried to run it on my Windows machine, I found out that py-libp2p doesn't support Windows machine at that time, but now they do. So make sure you try to run the examples first and make sure everything is working perfectly fine before you start working on issues. If you want to see issues, you can go through the GitHub repo where there are issues, and then you can pick anyone you can work on, and then after running the examples you can start working on it right away. So I'll show you guys how to like run one example, which is the chat example. And yeah, so let's dive right into it. So I've cloned the repo, and as you can see, I'm using Visual Studio Code to like run the example. So the first thing you need to run is python-m chat when you are inside the example/chat folder. So you just run python-m chat, and then this will start running. And all you need to do once this one starts running is to copy this, and then on another terminal, which is still in the same folder but another console, just paste it like this and then enter. So this will connect with the with the first console, and then the connection has been done. So now if I type a message hi here, we'll get it here, and if I type hello, we'll get it there. So is it not cool how you can connect with different pairs in using the P2P? Yeah, there are different modules. This one is for Python. We have Rust, we have JS, we have Go, we have C++. And this is basically how it works. And it's so cool working on this great project. Like, it gives me joy each time solving issues, submitting pull requests, attending the meetings. Like it's so great working on this great project. That's what I'm going to say. And I invite anyone that is interested to like dive in and solve some issues, feedback, and like enjoy the process because that's what it's all about. And trust me, you are going to enjoy working for lip2p and this project by which is by lip2p as a whole. You don't necessarily need to work specifically on py-libp2p. There are other implementations such as Rust, Go, and C++. So you can just choose anyone you are comfortable with and then work on it. But as for me, I'm sticking with py-libp2p because it's so great doing some little magic and getting things done. So that's it from my end, and ciao.